Hello, folks. This is Yvette. Sorry I got on late. I was really trying to get on earlier. God, the lighting here is so bad. Let me see. Oh, that's even worse. Let me see. That's this. A little bit better. All right. Let me see. It's just so hard to get good lighting. Okay, folks. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining in. Hey, Sarah, thank you for joining in. My topic today is I'm going to give tips on how to reverse your condition, your autoimmune condition, and I speak about lupus all the time. Thank you, Ismail, for joining in. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So, reversing any condition is easy, but it's not. Reversing any condition, it's not easy, but it's not impossible. Thank you for the thumbs up. Know that your body has its own innate ability to heal itself if you give it what it needs. Okay, so lupus. Hey, Jose, thank you for joining in. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that can affect different systems. And we know this, especially if you're suffering from lupus. Lupus is a debilitating and can be a life-threatening condition that affects an estimate of about 5 million people worldwide. And depending on how it affects you, it can involve the skin, joints, internal organs, and nervous system. And if you all know my story with me, lupus had attacked my heart, but I was able to reverse everything. So your immune system helps to keep you safe from foreign substances. Hey, Craig, thank you for joining in. That you come into contact with on a daily basis, such as allergens, toxins, infections, and even food. If your immune system deems anything dangerous, it will produce antibodies to ward off the harmful intruders. So symptoms occur when your immune system cannot successfully tell the difference. Hey, Jocelyn, thank you for joining in. Cannot tell the difference between the intruder in your body and your own body. So hence you end up having, this is an autoimmune condition, such as in lupus. So it mistakes your own tissue for foreign invaders, and your body turns these antibodies against itself, wreaking havoc. Hey, Jocelyn, how are you, sweetie? Thank you for joining in. So it starts to wreak havoc on your body, destroying your organs, joints, and even your nervous system. Hey, Tina, thank you for joining in. Haven't seen you in a while. And even your nervous system can cause also physical reactions as well in the body. So most autoimmune diseases affect one specific system, like an MS or rheumatoid arthritis. But with lupus, it affects more than one system simultaneously. And this is caused by systemic inflammation. And as you know, a lot of these autoimmune conditions, thank you for the thumbs up, I appreciate it. Hey, Patricia, how are you? Patricia, I didn't forget you. I'm still having problems with my phone. I'm hoping that tomorrow I can get it resolved. I have to go to the Apple store, and then I'll be giving you a call. All right, hon? I didn't forget you. I don't want you to think that. So what was I saying? Okay, most autoimmune diseases, they'll attack one system at a time. But with lupus, it attacks several things at the same time, okay? And this is caused by systemic inflammation. And as you know, inflammation, plays a big role in lupus because it's a disease of inflammation. And in a lot of autoimmune conditions as well. And even with heart disease. Excuse me, I'm taking some water. So this leads to your body to attack itself, and on all autoimmune conditions, they have this in common, which is inflammation, trouble with inflammation. So by supporting your body instead of suppressing it, like most conventional medicine tells us to do, your immune system, suppressing your immune system, and you can restore it to its optimal function if you support and build it as opposed to suppressing it. Okay, let me make that clear. And you can reverse the autoimmune condition and their symptoms, such as in a disease like lupus. But it's not easy, okay? It took me about 2 years. 2 years, yeah, about 2 years, 2 years and a half. Okay? So you have to make a complete lifestyle change, mindset, belief systems, physical and emotional level as well. Some of the signs and symptoms of lupus, if you have it, you know, which is headache, fatigue, fever, joint and pain, swelling, the butterfly rash, which is very telling that you have lupus. Hair loss. I've had a lot of people lately hit me up to talk to me about the hair loss. Hey, Rocky, thank you for joining in. Anemia, ulcers in the mouth, edemia, which means water retention in the hands, feet, and the face, photosensitivity to light, especially sunlight, and Raynaud's syndrome or phenomenon, which I talked about last week in my last live chat. So a lot of times lupus is misdiagnosed because the symptoms are vague and can match those of other conditions. So if you were tested for lupus or you think you have lupus and they tell you you don't have it, I would say go for a second opinion. My sister, the first time she was tested for lupus, they said she didn't have it. I kept insisting that she get a second opinion because I recognized the symptoms. I went through it. I lived through it. I suffered for like 15, 16 years with the disease before I was able to finally get it under control and heal it and reverse the symptoms. Okay, so thank God she listened to me, and I think the third time she went for a third opinion was when they actually found the disease in her system. Okay, so certain treatments for lupus with conventional medicine is focused on managing the symptoms of lupus rather than finding the root cause. Thank you, Leslie, for joining in. Haven't seen you in a while, Leslie. Hope all is well. So for this reason, treatment is based slowly, it's just based solely on medications. And conventional medicine does not look at the body as a whole as we do in holistic medicine, functional medicine, and in the holistic world. We look at the body as a whole, not as different systems. Okay? In conventional medicine, they view each organ and part of the body as a separate system where you have a separate doctor for each one. However, this type of specialization treatment ignores the reality that all of your body systems are interconnected, because we're one person and everything is interconnected. So the first line of treatment for lupus in conventional medicine is prescribed drugs specific to those particular symptoms that you're having. This can include steroids like prednisone. Hey, Jeff, thank you for joining in. Nice to see you, Jeff. Hey, Daniel, thank you for the thumbs up, sweetie. Mwah. So what I was saying, the first line of treatment with conventional medicine is to prescribe meds. So they can include steroids like prednisone. Long-term use of prednisone, folks, can cause muscle wasting, osteoporosis, as well as thickening of the blood. And those side effects require additional monitoring and additional medication and can deal to other worse conditions than that. Also, they use anti-malaria medications such as Plaquenil, and Plaquenil can have harsh side effects, including hair loss, which a lot of lupus patients have. I had that problem. I lost all the hair back here. Since then, my hair has grown. I had it much longer than this. I just cut it 2 weeks ago. But I got my hair back, thank God, using natural therapies and, a lot of changes that I did, which I teach in my program. So I was saying, Plaquenil, it has harsh side effects. It can hair loss, muscle atrophy, blood disorder, and increase susceptibility. Excuse me, I can't speak tonight. What the heck? To infections, as well as, hey Marlene, thank you for joining in. Thanks for the hearts. Thank you, dear, for the hearts and the thumbs up. As well as it can affect your retina. Okay, so in some cases as well, they also give chemo and dialysis, especially if you're suffering, if you have kidney involvement, and it's very, very bad. They'll put you on dialysis, and they also give you chemo medications. So if the steroid stops controlling the symptoms, then they're going to give you all these other stronger medications with some pretty bad side effects if you use them long term. Okay? So this specialized treatment that conventional medicine does, it doesn't get to the underlying root cause. And there's nothing wrong with conventional medicine. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking doctors. For those of you out there, okay? I'm just saying there's a better way to get to the underlying root cause. It's like if you cut yourself and you put a Band-Aid. You may not see the cut, but the cut is still there, okay? Same thing with this. So you want to get to the root cause for folks. And I've talked about this before, leaky gut. Your gut is somewhat permeable to allow very small molecules, micronutrients, to pass through the intestinal wall. And that's how we absorb our food. And many factors can damage your gut. For example, the standard American diet can really do a number on your gut. And we don't realize that. We eat all these foods that are horrible, just horrible. Processed foods with pesticides, herbicides, just a lot of chemicals in our food, and that harms our gut, especially if you do like fast foods. Really bad, really bad. So it can damage your gut, including gluten, infections, medications, and stress. So this damage allows much larger particles such as toxins and microbes and undigested food particles to leak through your gut, because this creates leaky gut syndrome. It makes the holes much wider, and all these things are going to get through. Now, this enters your bloodstream, triggering an immune response. We know that leaky gut is a precursor to autoimmunity, meaning if you're dealing with lupus, you have to address the gut. Also, not to mention, your gut is about 70 to 80% of your immune system. That's where your immune system lives. So in order to overcome lupus, you first really need to repair your gut. Gluten intolerance, I spoke about this before. One of the leading causes to leaky gut is gluten intolerance, and it causes inflammation, and it has been linked to more than 55 diseases. And the majority of the symptoms of gluten intolerance are not digestive in nature. They appear as neurological issues such as pain, cognitive impairment, sleep disturbances, behavioral issues, fatigue, and depression. So if you're experiencing this and you have lupus, you should really check and see if you're having, if you have leaky gut or something going on in the gut. Okay, and gluten can also lead to a thing called molecular mimicry, and that's when a gluten protein called gliadin resembles many of your body's own tissues, particularly thyroid tissue. So because of this particular gluten protein looks so similar to your own tissues, sometimes these antibodies mistaken and attack other organs and systems. And from the skin to the thyroid to the brain to your joint to the heart. This case of mistaken identity often leads to a full-blown autoimmune disease. And like I said, that is called molecular mimicry. Toxins like mold, mycotoxins, heavy metals such as the mercury fillings we have in our cavities in our teeth. They also are two main components with autoimmune conditions. And they're highly toxic. Jesus. Let me take some more water. Only about 25% of the population carries certain genes that are susceptible to the effects of these toxins. Unfortunately, it's not people who have lupus. So mercury is toxic in our bodies and can be one piece of the puzzle for those with lupus and other chronic illnesses, other chronic autoimmune conditions. So that's something you really want to check on and follow up on, such as with chronic fatigue syndrome. neurological disorders, and cancer. Mercury overload is far more common than many people think. We're exposed to mercury in our air, water. Hello, thank you for joining in. Hey Victor, how are you? Lysander LaBoy Morales, thank you for joining in. Fish, it's in fish, it's in water, the air, the cavity fillings, like I said, cosmetics, vaccines. So get a heavy metal test. Okay, you want to do that. You want to get a heavy metal test to see, and then you want to do a metal detox and get rid of these things from your system. And you want to get either a biological or holistic dentist to have those mercury fillings removed. Also, infections from bacteria, viruses, and other toxins are likely to be blamed for the development of conditions like lupus. For example, Epstein-Barr has been shown to trigger lupus in some people. Okay, and stress is severe, especially if you have an autoimmune condition, especially if you have lupus. Stress, both emotional and on a physical level, has been shown to trigger and intensify autoimmune conditions. Stress in your body, it's just bad. You know, your body goes into fight or flight instead of rest and digest. And when this happens, you know, acute stress revs up your immune system to help you deal with the immediate crisis, and then calms it back down once the threat is removed. So basically, everything shuts down when you have stress, because you're in that fight or flight. You want to be in rest and digest. And also, when you're in stress, in a situation of stress, whether it be at work, whether it be because you're running for the train, what happens when you're in stress, and it's very important not to eat when you're stressed out, because your body actually will not digest the nutrients, because everything shuts down. Your body will not digest the nutrients. So if you're a person who's eating healthy and you're stressed out on a daily basis, your body is not going to absorb those nutrients. So you want to watch that. Okay, you really want to watch that. So some of the steps that I'm going to share with you to help you kind of reverse your condition is you want to repair your gut first and foremost, because leaky gut, a leaky gut and autoimmune condition, it plays a huge role in it. Your gut health, it really plays a huge role in autoimmune conditions and with your immune system. So repairing the gut is the very first thing that you want to begin to do to reverse any type of autoimmune condition. Okay, you want to remove the bad, and the goal is to get rid of the factors that are negatively affecting the environment of your GI tract, including inflammatory foods such as gluten, dairy, corn, soy, eggs, sugar, caffeine, and alcohol. Finally, you want to eliminate gut infections from candida, from the candida overgrowth, SIBO, and parasites. I do a parasite cleanse. I'm going to start one in May. It's called Deworming Protocol. If you want to be a part of it, it's actually free, folks. So go to the page Deworming Protocol. Do a search on Facebook. Hey Manolo, thank you for joining in. Hey Jalissa, thank you for joining in. Do a search on Facebook for Deworming Protocol, and that's going to start in May. And you can join in and you can do the parasite cleanse with me. I always do a group parasite cleanse every year. And like I said, if you're suffering from autoimmune condition, it's very important that you do cleanse, do a parasite cleanse and then a regular cleanse. What type of cleanse you should do, it depends on where you are with your lupus. If it's stable, if it's not stable, okay, then you... Oh, definitely, Jocelyn, definitely. Definitely, you should join in. All right, it starts in May. I don't remember the date. I'll post it, but it's called the Deworming Protocol. That's my page, and you just go there and like the page, and I'll approve you to come in. Okay, sweetheart. Also, you want to remove, you want to replace the good. okay? Because we lose a lot of our good bacteria, especially when we get infections and stuff like that, and we're on antibiotics. It kills. It's horrible for the gut. So you want to add digestive enzymes. You want to add because they're required. They're required for proper digestion. And you also want to take a probiotic daily to restore beneficial bacteria and to reestablish a healthy microbiome, and to balance your gut. So high quality concentration probiotics can help repair your gut and strengthen your immune system. I would recommend 100 billion CFUs if you're dealing with a leaky gut, and 30 billion CFUs as a maintenance dose. Okay, and you want to take that on a daily basis. Also, you want to repair. It's essential to provide the nutrients necessary to help the gut repair itself. And what am I talking about? Like collagen bone broth, or collagen, which is rich in amino acids, and that is, it quite literally seals the tiny little holes in your gut by repairing the damaged cells and building new tissue. Okay, so this is why I'm always pushing bone broth to my clients and to people. And I know they're sick and tired of healing it, but it's very important because it's very healing to the gut, and we want to heal, right? Especially if you have an autoimmune condition, especially if you have lupus, because it's really a horrible disease. Also, L-glutamine, it's an amino acid that helps to rejuvenate the gut wall lining. So you want to do that as well. Once you do the collagen, you want to do that as well. Also, I notice a lot of my clients with lupus and autoimmune conditions need to remove grains and legumes from their diet. And there are some that don't need to, but I found that, hey Murphy, how are you? I found that the majority who do remove the grains and legumes do better. That they do better with reversing their conditions and symptoms. So, hey Vika, thank you for joining in. So these foods contain proteins known as lectins, which act as a natural pesticide for crops and can wreak havoc on the lining of your gut. So you want to also eat mucilaginous foods such as, hi sweetie, thank you for joining in. I started a little late, but I'm going to leave it on here so you can watch it from the beginning. Eat mucilaginous foods such as chia seeds, foods high in omega-3, fatty acids, vitamin D if you're deficient, and a lot of people who have lupus tend to be deficient in vitamin D, so you want to take that. The one that I use, and again, whatever products I promote, I'm not making money off of it. These are products that I've actually used and have worked for me. There is a omega-3 vitamin that has D3 in it, and it's called Nordic Naturals, and that's the one I use. I'll post a picture of it after on my feed so you guys could see which one it is. I've shown it to you guys before, but I'll post it again. Also, tuning into your body. If you listen to your body, it will tell you what it needs, okay? You may ask yourself, how can someone become more in tune with their body? So one way is to keep a food diary, a food journal, or a body journal. And if you do this for about 2 weeks, you'll notice how your body reacts to certain foods and how your mind reacts to certain thoughts, and in turn, how it makes you feel. Okay, because this is very important. Yes, of course, hon. Definitely, I'll do that, sweetie. No problem. So I'm sure you remember when you were a child and you ate tons of candy, how you would get a burst of energy and then get that crash. So your body reacts to food the same way. Depending on what you put into your body, you will notice how your body feels. And if you pay attention to your thoughts, okay, you will also change how you feel and react to things. Listen to your body. It will tell you what it needs and how it feels. Okay, and when you're suffering from an illness like lupus, okay, it is imperative to tune into your body. You also have to tap into your internal wisdom and listen to your inner voice. Okay, Once we quiet our world from being bombarded with the noise of the news, advertisement, I don't want watch the news because I think it's just very negative, and as it is, there's a lot of negativity in our world. I just try to fill my life with positive things, so I don't really watch the news. But also TV, social media, and other things that influence you on your daily lives. So a wonderful thing starts to happen when we begin hearing our own inner voice. We tap into our inner voice, our inner wisdom, and our body will speak to us and tell us what it needs. Trust your intuition. There is a reason why God has gifted us with it, okay? So trust it. Also, what I found, spirituality. I found that during my healing journey, that creating a spiritual foundation helped me. And I'm not speaking about religion, okay? There's a difference. I'm talking about creating a spiritual, solid foundation. The concepts of religion and spirituality are fundamentally intertwined. And there are differences between the two, though. And those differences vary depending on whom you speak to, okay? And the essence of spirituality is a search to know our real self, to discover the true nature of our consciousness and our own relationship with God. Excuse me. And when our heart and mind are as one, we get to know our true self and we are at peace. Also, another thing I want to share is our belief system, our inner chatter. Most people suffering from an autoimmune disease have a tendency to attack themselves. Verbally, physically, mentally, and what I mean by that, one of the things that I realized I needed to change was the way I was thinking about myself and my illness. Okay? Thinking, oh, I'm never going to heal. Doctor says that there's no cure for this disease. I'm never going to heal. I'm going to be sick. I'm probably going to die from this. It's not the thing that you want to be telling yourself. Okay? There is proof that the body has its own innate ability to heal itself if you give it what it needs. And I highly believe that, you know. So I used to be hard on myself as well. I victimized myself. I used to mentally attack myself constantly and beat myself up. And I let the bad experience from my childhood make me feel like a victim. And all of this caused me to have a belief of unworthiness. And then one day I said, what the hell? I'm awesome. You know, I can do this. I can heal my body. You know, I went back to school to learn everything that I teach my clients now. And in 2 years, I was able to completely heal my body of my disease. And I've been, I've been lupus free now for about 12, 13 years now. Yeah. And I haven't had any symptoms. So I'm really proud of that. But it took a lot of hard work, folks. It wasn't like it didn't happen overnight. You know, there's no magic pill to healing. You have to do the work, you know, and it's really, lifestyle changes everything. You have to change all around, 100%, everything. So do you often say things like, I'll never heal from this illness, I can't do that, you know, fill in the blank. I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I hate my body, I could have done better, I'm stupid, you know, things like that. That's not cool. You're not treating yourself good. It's not self-care, it's not self-love. Did you know if we attack ourselves emotionally, our cells and our body simply react and they follow orders? Not the thing to do if you're suffering from an autoimmune condition like lupus or any autoimmune disease or any disease for that matter, okay? Do you realize how powerful your words are and thoughts are? When you buy into those negative thoughts, whether it came from your childhood or others in your life, you're creating a recipe for disaster. If we're attacking ourselves, either externally through verbal communication with others or through emotional communications with ourselves, okay, the cells that are within us and our body listens to us and does what they are told, which is attack. And I know to some it may sound ridiculous, but it's true. Okay, whatever we choose to believe, our subconscious mind accepts it to be true. The universe will support you in whatever you believe to be true about yourself, your relationship, your finances, your job, even your health. Okay, so watch how you speak to yourself. Another big one is stress. We need to learn how to relieve stress. You need to adapt stress relieving strategies such as exercise, meditation, yoga, art therapy, deep breathing, visualization, whatever works for you. Okay? The key is to choose something that you will enjoy and stick with. Also, there's one more thing. Give me 1 minute. I'm not going to leave. I wanted to get this chart that I have of the chakra systems because I wanted to speak to you about the chakra system. Okay? And the chakra system in Sanskrit, the word means wheels of light. So what is a chakra? The 7 chakras are the energy centers. Okay? They start over here and go all the way down. And give me 1 second because I'm going to get my little thingy. Don't leave me, folks, okay? Okay, I'm back. You guys are still here? All right. You see this right here? Okay. This is the chakra system. It starts up here and works its way down. Okay. You have the crown chakra. You have the brow chakra, which is the third eye, which is right here. Okay. You have the throat chakra, heart chakra, solar plexus, navel chakra, and root chakra. Okay. Now, interesting enough, I want you guys to check this out. Can you all see it? Let me know if you can see it. Somebody say okay or yay, nay, or give me a thumbs up. You can see this, right? Okay. Now, that's the chakra system. So here is the chakra system. Here is the endocrine system. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something that's very interesting about that. So, so like I was saying, the chakras are the 7 energy centers in the body that affect your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Simply put it, they are the primary organs of your body's energy. Okay? And are connected to emotions, hormones, organs, and nerves. They also take emotional, psychological, and spiritual information and transfer them to your cells. So, hey, thank you for joining in. So when trying to heal our body, we must also heal the emotional body. A lot of times, disease can return when we have not dealt with the emotional issues, okay? I have done a lot of work. Louise Hay, I don't know if you guys know her. She has a book called You Can Heal Your Life. I highly recommend that you get this. Okay, it's a phenomenal book on emotional healing and things to do. She actually has a chart in the back that talks about the connection, the emotional connection to different diseases and conditions. So what I wanted to say is that here's the chakra, here's the endocrine system. Okay, they both coincide. Okay, so if you have a physical, okay, if you have something physical going on, chances are there's something going on with that chakra. Okay, and this is what I talk about, spiritual and emotional healing. Okay, the emotional body. So when we're trying to heal the emotional body, hey Jesus, thank you for joining in. We need to work with the chakras. Okay, and back to Louise. Hey, I agree with her concept that a lot of our physical illness are also connected to emotions. So during my healing journey, I started to see how important it was to heal both in order to achieve complete healing. Okay? So if you were to put the chakra system right beside the endocrine system, and I'm showing it to you right here, okay? They look similar. See? Chakra, endocrine system. See? All right. Now, they look similar. Our endocrine system is comprised of 7 major endocrine glands which produce hormones which are secreted into the bloodstream from particular organs to stimulate or inhibit physical process, right? Each of the 7 main chakra is energetically associated with the same endocrine glands. The endocrine system is the commander-in-chief of the human body, okay? We know that for the production and regulation of our hormones. The mind also influences the system through various attitudes. So by following the steps of working with the chakras to uncover the root cause of your illness, you can reverse your disease and live a life of full optimal health. Okay? I work with the chakras. I'm a magnified healer, which means I work with the chakras. I do chakra balancing and I clear them as well. Hey Gia, thank you for joining in. Also, like I was saying, so in my lupus program, I teach my clients step by step how to reverse their symptoms. Know that you have the power to create health. If you take a stand, for your, oh God, what happened? Sorry about that. Something popped up and took me out. Like I was saying, you have the power to heal your life, okay? You can reverse things, okay? You can live a full life of optimal health. In my lupus program, I teach my clients how to do this, okay? Know that you have the power to create a better health. And it's up to you to take a stand for your health and for your life, okay? So this is all I have to share with you today, folks, and it was a lot. I will be presenting a webinar in April. I don't have the date set yet, but I will post it on the nervous system and lupus and how it affects both, and the brain, you know, how lupus affects the nervous system and the brain. Oh God, it's so hot in here. Anyway, if you want to get in the loop of all my events and what I'm creating for all my lupus ninjas out there, go to my website, which is YvetteLaboy.com, and sign up for my newsletter, and you can download my gluten-free cookbook, okay? And if there's a lupus-related question that you want me to speak about, email me at inspiredwellness@yahoo.com, or you can go on my website where it says contact and click on that and just write the question that you want and submit it to me. And I'll be more than happy to do a lupus live chat on that particular topic. Also, follow me on social media. On Facebook, I am Yvette Laboy, Lupus Wellness Coach. On YouTube, my YouTube page is Yvette Laboy, Lupus Wellness Coach. And while you're there, like my page, subscribe to it. I have tons of videos on there on lupus, autoimmunity, health and wellness, you know, different topics, but mostly on autoimmunity and lupus because that is my specialty. I lived it. On Twitter, I am Holistic Girl. On Instagram, I am One Holistic Diva. And you can visit me on my website, like I said before, which is YvetteLaboy.com. And I will post information about my webinar that's coming up for next month. I'll let you guys know. Oh, thank you, Gia. Thank you so much. So this is Yvette Laboy from YvetteLaboy.com. And I like to inspire people to go from surviving to thriving. So I want to thank you all for tuning in today, and I will see you at my next live chat. God bless you all. Mwah. Good night. I'm going to go get ready to watch The Walking Dead. All right, folks, have a good night. Mwah. Thank you so much for joining in. Bye.